Hey, what's up, Wildcats? Welcome to the first Admin-ASB Council. This will be a platform where we're going to address any questions or feedback collectively as admin and as ASB officers that you have given us directly through our story or through our form. So yeah, we're going to have two sections. There's going to be a feedback section and a Q&A section where where Mr. Powell or us answer questions that you gave us, or we just address feedback to admin. So we're going to start with a Q&A section. One of the questions, the first one that we got was, how do I join a club? So basically for that, you're going to want to check, there's multiple platforms where you can check that. You can check dvhi.net on the student club section for announcements and other club info. I know there's clubs like Red Cross and PVSA on there. You can check the DVHS Wildcats Instagram for club news, or you can check your email for past club news that's been sent out. And now I can move on to the other ASB officers for more questions.
Yeah, so another student asked how finals are going to work this year.
Good question. Last night, we actually as curriculum leaders discussed finals. I know some teachers are planning finals per their syllabus, and others were not per their syllabus. As of now, we do not have a finals schedule, but we're hoping that in the next few weeks that will be finalized, and our teachers will be able to communicate that with students on what the end of the year will look like for each class.
Another question students had was, when are we going to be returning to in-person school? And is that going to be an optional or mandatory thing?
Great question. There's a lot of talk about it. We are actually preparing right now for in-person school starting second semester. This would be a hybrid model, meaning students would come 2 days a week, and with a small cohort. This would be an option for families. Based on our school board presentations and the direction, each family will have a choice to either stay online or be able to come in person for these 2 days a week with 3 days online. What that may look like in terms of a hybrid schedule and what those other 3 days are going to look like is still to be determined. But between now and Thanksgiving, our district, our teachers union, our classified union, our school board and directors and all site admin are working to finalize that and give as much information as possible to students and families. But our goal is, based on the county and where we are at with public health, to have students back on campus kind of in that hybrid setting come January. Some of our special education classes are going to start in a few weeks just because they're smaller groups, and we're able to get them back on campus sooner.
All right, so that is the Q&A section. Now we're going to be just talking about feedback, just general information that we got from students. The first few that we have are all kind of related to the same topic. I'm just going to read them all off because they're basically the same thing. It's teachers shouldn't give homework every day. They rush through the lesson during class, so we aren't prepared for the homework. Tell teachers to give less homework. We're already worrying about a pandemic. Restrict how much work teachers can assign. They give classwork and homework. And less homework, I'm stressed out. Those are 4 feedback. I
understand. Thank you.
Another thing people also have talked about is when uploading work during the tests and like the work to show your test, the timing is too strict and too rigid. And teachers say that if it's not like before the certain period of time, like you're not getting credit for your test. So just on how the timings for tests and how rigid those things are, because connection issues are an issue with a lot of people. And so just taking that into consideration with teachers.
Got it. Thank you.
Another thing is that students are having problems with spending so much on their screen for so long. So one student spends 14 to 16 hours on their computer every day. So they just want to figure out ways to reduce screen time so that we're not on our computer that long.
Great. Thank you.
And then the last piece of feedback we got was from a senior at Dougherty. They said, my feedback to you, the district and admin, is this: trans students feel invisible. We should be an expectation, not an exception. We should not be treated like puzzle pieces that do not fit into the overall structure of student life. High school should be a time where teens can figure out who they are and where their place in the world is. High school should have resources openly available for transgender and gender nonconforming students. My proposal is that the district looks into working with LGBT organizations such as Gender Spectrum or GLAAD and look into how bathroom and locker room situations can be solved. So that was another piece of feedback.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And whomever wrote that, please reach out to me so we can further that conversation. That'd be great.
I think that's it.
Well, that's it. ASB, this is great. I appreciate the feedback. My plan is to work with our teachers and gather some more input and hopefully have a reflection and a piece that I can share next time we meet. And students, please keep the questions coming and the feedback coming. It's important that we're working together. These are all unusual times, but we also know we can do this collectively. And I hope everyone is smiling as the weather is cooling down, the smoke is clearing, and we can enjoy the outside. So thank you.
Thank you.